Hi, everybody. Oh, waiting room. Hold on one second. Let me get you in. Hi, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hi, Edward. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Hi, Bart. Hi, Edward. Good to see you guys. Beautiful, beautiful day. And my name is Eli Cohen, a medical Qigong practitioner, energy healing coach. And this is Qi Talk. Qi Talk. I'm a Qigong instructor and practitioner. And the idea of Qi Talk is to spread the word of healing energy across the globe. So here we go. And today episode, this by the way would be also in my podcast. It could be downloaded. It could be you can listen to it live or later on my Facebook page as well. Hi Bart. Hi Edward. So today talk is about the lung. We're going to talk about it again because the universe brought us a lot of fires to the West Coast and a lot of smoke and a lot of people dealing with problem breathing, with phlegm, with accumulation of things. And so this subject, I thought to kind of to take time and talk about the lungs and to kind of share some ideas of how to go about detoxification and things like that. So that sounds good to me in the time that we need it. The West Coast, but the winds are going into the East Coast too. And we saw a lot of smoke coming into Utah and Idaho and Calgary and Texas now. So the air quality is really compromised. And this is such an important thing because air is the first source of qi, we said, in traditional Chinese medicine. And the breath is the first thing that you do when you're born. When you're born, the first thing you do is you take an inhale. That's the first source of energy. The most important. Without air, you just have 2 minutes to live. That's it. So it's the quality of the air is so important. And what do you do when you breathe bad air? And you know, not only for the smoke, but we have so much car pollution and pollution from industries, toxins from. What do we do? How do we go about it? And so that would be the topic of today. Let's start with a little bit of a little Qi Talk ceremony, just a small 1 minute kind of a mindfulness practice. And today we're just gonna crisscross the hands across our chest and find the shoulders nest. The shoulders nest, if you don't know where it is, it's the indentation right below the collarbone, between the shoulder muscle and the chest muscle. Yeah, if you still didn't find it, the easiest way is to push one hand forward like this, and then you'll find the groove. Everybody has it when they do that. Yeah, so that's one way. And now when we're gonna do it, let's close the eyes and rub these points with the middle finger. Yeah, so we crisscross the hands across our chest. We find the groove, and with the middle finger, we kind of like massage it, and we inhale and exhale from the mouth. So inhale from the nose and exhale from the mouth. Yeah, let's do a few deep breathing as we massage these points. These points are a very powerful point to open the lungs. And to release stress and tension out of the heart. So deep breathing. And let's bring the palms into the center of the chest. And with the 4 fingers, we touch the chest bone, the sternum. We put our fingertips on the middle of for men, it's going to be right between the nipple line. For women, it's just here in the center. If you want to know exactly where it is, It's between the fourth and the fifth intercostal space on the sternum bone itself. And you just hold that spot. You inhale into this heart center and exhale from the mouth. As you exhale, see if you can relax shoulder tension. See if you can soften the belly. Inhale, lift the head up. Exhale, soften any muscular tension around the chest. And as you're softening the chest, you find that you can actually breathe a little softer, a little more gentler. Let the breath be ever so gentle into the heart center. Exhale, softening muscular tension. And allow the breath, when you're starting to soften the belly, soften the heart. Yeah, let the breath swirl around the heart and soften it. Let the breath swirl around the lower abdomen and soften. Even the lower back. See how you sit. Do you duck your tailbone out, or can you just point the tailbone more to the ground and release tension from the lower back a little bit? What you discover as you're going through this relaxation is that the breath is softer and it goes a little deeper. So breathe a little deeper. Take this opportunity as you relax to breathe a little deeper. Just ever so slightly. We don't force it. Now visualize, if you will, when you take a breath in, as you're holding this point called the Sea of Tranquility point, as you're taking a breath in, see if you can visualize clear white light coming into the lungs. And then you exhale, all the smoke from the air or the toxins that you breathe out, you exhale it out. So as you breathe in, look at the lungs, look at the two lobes of the lungs, look at the left lung, look at the right lung, the left and the right, and visualize beautiful white light, and then exhale the toxins out. Nice. All right, let's bring the hand together into a prayer position. So beautiful. Nice. A moment of mindfulness can heal your day. Yeah, and if you happen to yawn or to like have tears going on, this is the stress coming out, and the body moves into the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the relaxation response, which is so healthy for you. Yeah, we don't know how much stress we hold until we do some things like that, and then we say, hey, I feel so much better. So let's talk a little bit about the lungs. And I did this little meditation to just, there's a lot of practices out there that are, you sit and you force breathing and you really breathe really hard and you're kind of like a warrior breather. And really in Chinese medicine, we say that the lungs are a very gentle organ. They're very gentle. And actually the breath, if you really want to deepen the breath and get healthy type of breath going, is through a process of relaxation. And actually the breath goes even deeper when you relax. So relaxing muscular tension outside, relaxing tension inside in your heart, in your belly, when you start to move your mind internally, start to scan and relax things. This is where this is where things start to heal in your body. This is how we heal. So we have to relax we have to relax the tension in order to heal. And the breath is connected very strongly into your connected very strongly into your emotional state and into your mental state and into your physical tension. So even though you're sitting and you're breathing very strongly every day, you're doing your breathing practice, this type of Taoist breathing, when you relax muscular tension, that's when you relax energy, and that's a really powerful way to actually open the lungs even more and to have the breath go into deeper spots that in a powerful breathing techniques you don't get. You don't get all these like little nooks and crannies. You don't get the energy flow deeper into your body. Yeah. So when we do breath practice, it's very important to first relax the body, and this is going into this whole situation of the smoke, the toxin. It's very interesting when we know that there's a lot of toxins in the air, and we are upset about the smoke. We cannot go outside. That emotional tension creates more tension, and actually harder to even breathe, even if you have air purifier. So it is very important to have especially when the air quality is not good, to stay indoors and to have an air purifier. So I would really encourage that. And I felt it on my own. Even my dog, now my dog loves to be outdoors all the time. And what has stunned me to see is that during the smoke, when it was really smoky outside, she didn't go outside. She stayed inside, and actually she covered herself. So it's very interesting that animals know that, yeah, and animals know how to kind of like whenever they don't need to be outside. So yeah, so the first thing for if the air quality is bad is to really stay inside, and get an air purifier would be really, really important. And then the detoxification practices, when you have clean air within your environment, within your monitored environment, is first to relax stress and tension from the heart, from the mind. And the easiest way to release emotional tension is to connect with the body. So when we feel the body and we actively relax tension in the shoulder, in the heart, in the chest, in the lower back, we kind of scan the body and we really go into the body. And when you go into the body, when you feel the body and actively release stress, this is where you come into the present moment. And emotional tension is not being in the present moment, because when we have an emotional agitation, it's actually you're either thinking about the past or the future. Yeah, we say that emotional agitation, if you think about it, like anxiety, is projecting something negative into the future. If you worry, you're presenting some negative thought into the future. Yeah, so if you're sad, it's about the past. So really in the present moment, the emotion is, there's no negative emotion in the present. If you're truly in the present moment, just being. So the way to release emotion, because the emotion are so connected with the breath, when you're feeling anxiety, when you're feeling disappointed, when you're feeling angry, the breath would not be good. Yeah, it's not going to be nourishing. So first of all, feel the body. How do you come to the present moment? You just feel the body. Feel your body and start to release stress and tension actively, and going to very gentle breathing, very soft breathing, in and out. Out from the mouth would release stress and tension. Always in from the nose. You can also exhale from the nose, but exhaling from the mouth in Taoist tradition, it's a way to release stress and tension. And so that would be the first step to kind of like get the breath into a good rhythm. And then after that, we can do, there's a lot of ways in which we can engage with detoxification of the lungs. There's a lot of acupressure points. There's a lot of herbs There's a lot of teas, there's a lot of tinctures, a lot of oils that really help in Chinese medicine to detoxify the lungs. So actually, because the lungs are a very susceptible organ, they're very gentle and susceptible. So pathogens are, it's very easy to get pathogen into the lungs, like colds and flus and viruses. Yeah. So so detoxification of the lungs has to do with diet, with herbs. Diet is very important. So especially in the smoke, what happens in the smoke, if you think about it, it's dryness. Yeah, what brings fire up? It's dryness and heat. Dry and heat create flames. And if we want to counteract that, so if you breathe smoke, the lungs are really dry and they're hot, and that's a state of inflammation. So what you really want to do is to cool the lungs and to moisten the lungs. So then we talk about herbs to do that. And one way to do that is to think about cooling things like cucumbers, you know, pears are really good. Actually, pine nuts, very good. Persimmons are very good to moisten the lungs. And cooling things like seaweed. Eating seaweed is from the ocean, so it's more yin. Yeah. Daikon, it's very cooling, it's pungent. Even wasabi, you know, mint. Yeah. Mint oil, or just eating mint. So these things are going to be nourishing the lungs. So the pungent things like daikon or wasabi or mint, ginger, all of these pungent herbs would be really good for the lungs. They're really good for the lungs. And then cooling foods. So spicy food would be the opposite. But sometimes we do treat with it depends. If you have phlegm that is very watery, then hot stuff. So it's maybe a cold, a cooling. So it really depends. But if we talk about just smoke, inhaling smoke, you want to introduce cooling herbs. Cooling herbs, mint tea, and then all the stuff that I put together a whole. Yeah, I actually recorded a whole kit. I call it the lung repair kit from smoke, and it's available. It's if you go to lungs, LUNGS at .chiwideli.com, and you download it. It's all free, and you get the herbs. There's a full recipes from Chinese medicine to nourish the yin qi of the lungs, to moisten the lungs so that the smoke doesn't stick. See, honey would be very good. It's food that would moisten the lungs and would take toxins out. So you don't want to keep it dry and hot. You want to moisten it and cool it off. So there's recipes that I put together, and then there's all these acupressure points and all these breathing practices for detoxification on the lungs on this link that I provided. And really there's a beautiful videos, 4 videos of movement practice, of breathing practices to detoxify the lungs. So I just wanted to kind of share a little bit with everybody that suffers, because I know a lot of people suffer from phlegm because of the smoke, and people already have problem with the lungs. And so I really wanted to be having this Chi Talk kind of help people out with this issue. And if anybody of you here, Marty and Edward and Bart want to join in or say something or ask a question that you might think like a person that, Edward, go ahead.
So, for Marty and you who are local, I think Bart's in France, if I remember correctly. But from the JCC, ex-doctor Zach Zimmerman and his wife, Zach told me to get a carbon air filter for my air conditioning and heating unit. Mm-hmm. And I got it, and I got it for my kids. And I also have an air purifier that my kids got me about 2 weeks ago. In the context of that, I put in, I went to Amazon, Googled it, and actually it came from Walmart. and I put it in. You're laughing, Morty. And I put it in, replaced the filter. And what happened was I couldn't even believe the difference in the air in the house, even with an air purifier, having this MERV 1300 rating. And Zach said from 8 and above. And we got one for my daughter-in-law, 2100 in the carbon air filter. And you don't even have to put on your air conditioning. Just run your fan and it'll clear. Marty, do you have it already, that carbon air filter?
No, but it's funny that you said that, because when this all happened, I went and changed my air filter and it was really dirty. And then now
Yeah.
This morning, I went and I checked it again. And this was only maybe less than a month. And I just changed it again. So I think I want to get a filter that you're talking about. And we have been running just the fan in the house. And in a short period of time, I was amazed to see how much dirt accumulated.
Yeah,
So, yes.
and the carbon air filter, and I took out the old one, and then I checked the carbon one. I couldn't believe what was in it in just a few days. And it'll say odor reduction. It'll take any particles out of the air. So you're doing a major job in keeping your home clean.
Detox.
It's great.
So pass it on to your friends.
So it's a carbon air filter?
Just go to Amazon, Google carbon air filter there, and it'll come up. And you want a MERV rating. Zach said 800 and above. I got 1300, which is great. And it says odor reduction on it, and it takes the particles out. And my daughter-in-law got 2100. So
Interesting.
Search around, and we bought a box of 4 so we can keep on changing them. But I couldn't believe what was caught up in maybe a few days in the carbon filter.
Just in the house.
Yeah.
Also outside.
Nice guy.
I cleaned up outside a little bit and vacuumed, and the next day it was already the residuals from the air filter, or from the air, was on top of the furniture out there. So I'm thinking maybe we need to wear a mask for a while outside, even around our own homes, so that we're not breathing in.
Yeah, and we had
I was
to
in
do
for
it
5 days. So, yeah.
And we had to do it for a few days too. So that's very important to take care of your air quality. Thank you guys for pitching in on that. And in terms of the internal environment, so we have the outside environment, we have the internal environment. The internal environment, we really want to eat these foods and these herbs and these teas that really don't have these toxins. So when the toxins come in, they can also get out. So if the lungs are dry and hot, that would not help the toxin to move out of the lungs. So we want to keep these moisture in the lungs with our herbs, with our diet, and all of these really help the lungs. So look it up. One of the very powerful, so the lungs also connect with the immune system. So if the lungs have toxins, it's really running through the bloodstream. And so what you really want, one of the really powerful herbs for immune system, and also moistening the lungs and helping, it does this dual effect, is Astragalus root. Now it used to be only in Chinese medicine we talk about Astragalus. Now there's a lot of people know about Astragalus, and you can buy it everywhere, and you can buy it in pills even. So Astragalus is very good for the yin qi of the lungs. Oh, here, Bart just showing us. Yes, you have it. Great. So you can.
Let's see it again, Bart.
The taste of the herb is not my favorite, I have to say. I try to cook it. Sometimes when you cook it with other herbs, it tastes okay. But if you cook it, the root by itself, it's a little hard to, it's not the most pleasant taste, I have to say. So if you take it in a pill form or from somewhere that you trust, you know, that would be really good. Astragalus root is nourishing the yin chi of the lungs, strengthening the immune system. Really, really a miracle drug, especially for the smoke. So just, and also coronavirus, all the virus. So it's really, really nice for to get it. I would highly recommend it. There's a lot of oh, here, thank you very much. Yeah, Bart, you typed it. So I lily bulb, lily bulb shavings is very nice too. Lily bulb, you can actually cook it and it tastes really good. And it is one of the most powerful also herbs in Chinese medicine, and you can eat it. You can actually put it in oatmeal, you can cook it in, and you eat it, and it's nourishing the yin qi of, and again, moisture the lungs and protect the lungs. So just few herbs. Now there's a whole medical qigong sequence. Yeah, there's the one that got one exercise that got very famous, that the doctors taught the people that suffer from coronavirus in the Chinese hospital, that did very much, healed much faster than anybody else. There's this one sequence that I show in this video how to do. So make sure you download this free resource, and there'll be all the acupressure points. There'll be how to detoxifying the lungs. You know, breathing into the lower back, into the upper back would be very powerful. There's a lot of points for detoxification are in the upper back area. So so how do we breathe into what movement would actually take the breath there, and things like that. And so check it out. I just want to, for this chi break, to be also a resource. So it's lungs.chiwitheli.com, QI with ELI.com. Take care of your internal environment, take care of your outdoor environment, take care of stress. Stress would really, stress, you know, it's very interesting. I just found this article that just came out that researchers, some researchers did a study, and they show that actually they want to now they want to do a pill that actually respond to the fight or flight response, so the stress response, the anti-stress pill. Isn't that interesting?
I want some.
They found that more cancer cells are being produced when we're in that state of mind, and there's more inflammation in the body. So it's just going to aggravate everything, stress. And the way to control stress, I think the easiest way is through the breathing, like the meditation we did in the beginning. Just a very relaxed, slow, relaxed muscular tension. Come to the present moment. When you're truly in the present moment, there's no stress anymore. You're safe. You can tell yourself, my life is being threatened right now? Maybe not. Do you have people that, are you lonely, or are you being loved? All these questions that just brings to a sense of present. Yeah. So a lot of times stress is all the time. Stress is just a perception in our mind of our reality. And when we come to the present moment, we come to the breath, it seems to calm it. And if we can do it a few times throughout the day, your day will look different. So, right? That's why we practice what we practice. So anyone else wants to join? We have like just 1 minute, and then we're going to do a kind of a closing ceremony. I just thank you so much. Thank you, Marty. Thank you, Edward. Thank you, Bart. Thank you, Sharon, for being here, for supporting this Chi Talk, by the way. I'm here because you are here. And there's so many people listening. And I've just got a message from the podcast that there's many, many downloads happening to this podcast. So over 1,000. So that's really good. So people are listening to it and downloading and getting some good information. So thank you for being part of this, of it, you know, and thank you for coming here every Tuesday. I just wanted to acknowledge you. All right. Are we ready to close? One more thing, Bart? Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I was wondering when someone is a long-term smoker and has really a lot of toxins and nicotine in their lungs, if Qigong also can cleanse that.
Great question. Yes, of course. Qigong would help. Well, so the first thing that would help is that they're gonna quit smoking. That's the first thing they need to do. Because when you smoke, there's so much toxins in the lungs that are getting built up. I mean, and the thing is very interesting. You can actually see it. You can see a person that smokes from a person that doesn't smoke. You can see it on their skin, right? The complexion of the skin, if it's rosy or it's grayish, or the grooves in the wrinkles. So it's very interesting a correlation between the lungs and the skin. In Chinese medicine, it's being seen as one team. They work together. The lung actually control the skin. So if you're breathing very deeply, your complexion is better, your skin looks better. So people that breathe really good. So that's why you can see it on smokers. So it can help, of course, to deepen the breath. Of course, it'll help smokers too. The best thing that they can do is to stop smoking. So I think that's really the way to go. But of course, deep breathing would help to detoxify the lungs, but you don't want to keep breathing smoke in, right? But it will help. Yeah, it will help, and also will help. All these herbs that I mentioned will help smokers, because smokers, the people that they inhale smoke, so it's hot and dry. So all this stuff to moisten the lungs, the astragalus root, the lily bulb shavings, the honey, the cooling herbs like mint, all what we mentioned would be really good for them. And of course, deep breathing practices would be really good for them. But maybe they can reduce the amount of the smoke or not smoke at all. That's the best, right? I know it's hard. Believe it or not, I used to smoke when I was in the army. You know, in the Israeli army, I started smoking there because you're bored and people offer you, you know. And I smoked for 3 years, and I stopped. And stop smoking was so difficult, so difficult. Amazing. Habits are an amazing, how to stop habits, and how to work with your mind on habits. Yeah, we talked a little bit about it. But yeah, so I would say all this recommendation in this link that I send would be really good for people that smoke regularly. Does that make sense, Bart?
Yes, yes, of course.
So yeah, so if you want a beautiful skin in an old age, just do deep breathing. Don't stress out too much. Come to the present moment. Feel your body. Release tension. Check, where do you hold it? Do deep breathing. Just the way we did. Let's do it again as we close. And so anybody that joined late. So let's hold another point. And this point would be right underneath the collarbone. So you find the collarbone, right underneath it, there's a hollow, and it's close to the sternum, and this is kidney 27. Now, this is a very special point in Chinese medicine. That's the end of the kidney meridian. Now, the kidney meridian houses healing energy. And when it's close to the lungs, it opens the lungs. Try to press it with the middle finger and take a deep breath here. Yeah, this breath is all about chronic fatigue, immune boosting, yeah, and healing the lungs. So let's rub it a little bit. Right. And bring the hands back to Sea of Tranquility point like we did before, if you like. And just inhale slowly in through the nose. And then as you exhale, soften shoulder tension. See if you can sink down to your chair and really give way to gravity. Feel like the chair is taking your weight. You don't need to hold yourself up. Just feel like being held. So you can soften muscular tension from the shoulders, the neck, the belly. Inhale and let the energy swirl around the heart. And exhale, soften the heart. Inhale into the belly, swirl around the belly and the hips. And exhale, release tension from the hips. And inhale, love and light into the lower back. Soften the tailbone, pointing to the floor. With each inhalation, the crown lifts. And each exhalation, the shoulder relax a little further. Feeling the feet touching on the floor. And let's connect with the sense of gratitude. Whatever you're grateful for today, just choose one thing. What are you grateful for? The gifts that you have in your life that you take for granted. And then what the researchers found is when you're feeling grateful, there's this amazing thing that happens. The breath actually get more, you get more deeper breath. So while you're feeling grateful, like truly grateful, the breath goes deeper and get into deeper areas of the lungs. You're able to remove these toxins. Feeling so fortunate for whatever you decided to feel grateful for. Nice. Let's come with the hands together. Thank you so much. And feel the connection of the heart meridian. Yeah, when we put the hands together, what we did is we closed the circuit of the heart and the lung meridian. So this is a universal all around the world for balance and for gratitude and for acknowledgement. Yeah, it's very nice. These two meridians are closed and the circuit is closed, so creating a circle. So feel that, the palm touch. And when we feel the fingertips, it also calms the heart. When we feel the fingertips, that's another research, shows that the heart calms down. Nice. All right. Thank you guys so much. See you next time. Bye, everybody. Great to see you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sharon.
Enjoy your retreat.
Thank you. Thank you very much.